Hi, I'm Stef Wild. I'm a yoga teacher on mytxo.com, and today I'm going to give you my tips and tricks to achieving downward facing dog. Before we get started though, don't forget to subscribe to this channel so that you do not miss a single tip or trick when we upload them. Let's begin with downward dog. Now, downward dog is an amazing pose for helping you not only strengthen through your shoulders and your arms, but also stretch through your hamstrings and through the entire back line of your legs. So we'll begin in all fours. And I firstly would love to chat about the positioning of your hands. So making sure that your arms are just shoulder distance apart. You don't want them too wide or too narrow here. See if you can get your fingers, your index fingers tracking straight forwards. And if you want more tips on the placement of your hands in yoga, you should definitely check out our video all about wrist flexibility and strength. So wrap the pointy bits of your elbows back towards you. Let your elbow creases shine forwards. Tuck your toes under. And then lifting up, I want you to push firmly through your arms and see if you can start to press your heels down towards the mat. Now, the distance between your hands and your feet is really important in downward facing dog. You don't want to be out too long and you don't want to be too short either. We're aiming for a 90-degree angle. So see how you go. For me, I always find the best placement is from 4-point kneeling position where your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Your knees are directly underneath your hips, and then tucking the toes under and then not making any adjustments from there. Now, bend your knees as much as you need to in downward facing dog to achieve a nice long spine. Finding a nice long spine is one of the essential and most important things in yoga. We want to keep the energy flowing through our spine, keep our prana flowing freely through the body, and trying not to have any roundness here is ideal. So see if you can bend your knees to help you lengthen your spine. And we're aiming for a long line from our hands through our arms all the way up to your tailbone. From here, start to push your heels down towards the mat so that you get some nice lengthening through your Achilles tendons. And if it works for you, you can start to straighten through your legs. Also really important that we care for our shoulders here in downward facing dog. And I like to do this by thinking of pushing the mat away from me. So instead of slumping down in the shoulders here, can you really push the mat away from you? Keep wrapping those elbows back towards you, and you'll find that this helps to really strengthen your shoulders. Downward facing dog is a great preparation pose for more advanced postures like handstands and inversions. So getting that strength going here is super important. Now, when we're in a yoga class, generally from downward facing dog, if you're moving through a sun salutation, you'll then walk to a forward fold at the top end of your mat. So walking to the top can be quite challenging if you are tight in the hamstrings. I suggest that you bend your knees, that's step one, and then start to walk forwards, just taking little steps, and lowering your heels as soon as you can, and bending your knees. Another tip is bringing blocks underneath your hands in downward facing dog. It just brings the floor closer to you, making it a lot easier, and especially a lot easier as you walk forward. You can have them on their flattest height or their medium height. Do be careful though that the blocks don't slip out from underneath you there. So you want to have a grippy mat. Another way to transition from downward facing dog to the top end of your mat is by taking a big step forward, or as you get more confident in downward facing dog, maybe you can jump to the top, rising up high on your tippy toes, bending your knees, and you want to try to get your hips above your wrists so that you can jump in between your hands. I hope you found those tips really useful for achieving downward facing dog comfortably. Remember to bend your knees, use blocks if you need to. Don't forget to comment and let me know how this video helped you out. Also subscribe to our channel, and if you'd like to take our full yoga program, head to mytxo.com. Thanks so much, bye for now.